Hi everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to play Zac and what to do when you get invaded early. Because I'm playing against the Kindred, I'm expecting to be invaded from her red buff, and so I place a defensive ward in river here to combat this. Since I'm playing Zac, I want to play into enemies that don't have a way to avoid my slingshot like Samira and Nautilus in the bot lane. So I'm starting on Raptors here so I can clear downwards to them and hopefully find some kills. Usually I would take a leash from my laner, but unfortunately Yone just did not want to, and he would have been too late if he would have rotated. Here you can see on the map that I just pinged out where Kindred is likely starting. We can see that the enemy bot lane is missing, so it's very likely that Kindred is getting a leash there on her red buff, which is exactly what I've predicted, and placed the defensive ward for. For my camp clear on Zac, usually you're going to do 5 camps on this champion. Sometimes you can do 6 if you do get a good leash before 315. But do be aware that he has a leashless clear on wolves that you can do for 315 and full clear the entire jungle. Here we can see Kindred is invading me and she is doing a lot of damage, so I just instantly flash away. There's no way I can contest those Krugs or fight the Kindred, so just flash away. Move on to something else, continue my clear elsewhere, and when I press tab there you could have actually seen she has 4 CS, 5 CS now, but what that means is that all Kindred did was her red buff. So I know that her Raptors and Krugs are up here, which I could actually go take away after I hit my level 3 for some safety with my E. But you see, when you get invaded early on, you really just want to be cautious about where the enemy jungler is and try to take camps where you can, and always keep looking out for ganks as you normally would anyway. Here we can see Kindred show up on the map, and when you see the enemy junglers show up on the map, what you should do is press tab so you can count how much CS they have. We saw Kindred with 4 CS when she was on my Krugs. That means she did her red buff and ran straight to my Krugs. When she arrived to my Krugs, she would have taken them away. That would be 8. And then if we count her CS here, which I'm obviously not doing, we would see like what camps has she actually done. If she has 12, that's probably blue buff. If she has 16, it's probably blue and Gromp. If she has 20, that's probably blue, Gromp, and Scuttle Crab. But the point I'm trying to make here anyway is that count their CS, or at least have a good idea of where the enemy jungler is, so you can take away camps like this from them, stealing the Raptors away from the Kindred. Here you can see as well, I'm just positioning here for a nice little gank on the mid lane, but TF is pretty much under tower. He's full health, no need to force it, so I'm just going to recall here and buy my first back, which is Ionian boots, which is pretty much what you'll always be buying on Zac, which you get enough gold for after a full clear. And after my recall here, I'm just restarting my clear again as I started it off. Raptors, Krugs, Wolves, Gromp. Just gotta rinse and repeat and keep looking out until I see a scenario where I can get a kill in a gank. Even though I'm playing Zac, it's quite important to be patient and not force ganks. You only want to go for a gank if you think you can pull something off there, preferably a kill. A flash is cool too, but you definitely want to look for a kill. Also, since we're playing against the Twisted Fate in the mid lane who just hit level 6, you have to be very cautious with the ganks you do go for, because you don't want it to get turned on your head when you show up and then TF ultis and turns the gank around. We have bot lane prio here, and it shouldn't be too hard for Ahri to get mid prio if she shoves out the wave. So this dragon could definitely be taken away by us, but I don't exactly want to go for it. It's a little risky and my bot lane would end up losing a wave. So we can see that Samira Nautilus is pushing the wave in here, and this is just perfect for a Zac, especially with how the Samira is walking in. Place that E right on top of her head, Q the Nautilus first so that Samira doesn't block the initial Q. And that's flash forced, and both of them are going to have to recall now, and that's definitely a dragon angle, especially with this Ahri solo killing Kindred. Wrong place, wrong time. Ahri just one-shots her, and we are in a good position here to do dragon. And I'm going to do my Gromp before recalling as well, so that I can buy a Bami's Cinder. On the recall here, I'm just going to head towards my top side, because that's where all my camps have respawned. And also, since my Yone just died, I can also try and catch this wave here. Maybe even kill the Wukong while I'm at it. Also, I'm not sure if you've noticed with how I've been pressing tab, but I'm literally up like 20 CS on this Kindred just by farming efficiently. This Kindred, well, invade players usually are just completely cheesy, so if you just keep farming efficiently, usually you'll just get ahead of them just like that. After clearing out my top side here, I see TF showing up in the mid lane, and I'm thinking that with Ahri's charm and ulti and my combo, we can definitely one-shot that guy, but Ahri completely missed her charm there, but doesn't matter because I know my damage as Zac, and I know that Ahri can also put out a little bit of damage. TF has absolutely no way to avoid that slingshot, and so that's just a pickup free kill for us right there, and that's the kind of stuff you want to be looking for on this Zac. You really want to find those immobile targets who don't have any escapes and that you can just one shot. Here we've got a fight going on here, everybody's contesting my crab. I smited away thinking about the fight, but Ashe isn't here and Ahri's already dead, so I don't want to jump in there and potentially throw away the lead that I've been slowly building up. After clearing out blue and Gromp, I can see that the wave is coming back to us in the mid lane. So I just want to catch that wave because Ahri won't be up for another 16 seconds. And then as well, maybe I can even just kill this TF straight up. My Ashe has ulti, my slingshot range is absolutely ridiculous now at level 4. And if I would have hit my slingshot there, like this guy could definitely have been dead there. But either way, he's going to be lower on HP than Ahri now. So maybe she can just solo kill him straight up. And here again, we're seeing TF pushing up in the mid lane, so I definitely want to get in position there to try and find him. But unfortunately, it looks like he does back away, so can't find him. So I'm just going to rotate down here into the bottom lane and maybe see if I can do something here before recalling. And what do you know? I find the Nautilus in the bush, hit the Q on both of them, ulti, and this Zac champion is just so strong on this durability update. The amount of damage you do for how tanky you are with your slingshot range, it's all ridiculous. And like the amount of CC he has, you just CC lock people for like an entire 2.5 seconds, and just like that, we pick up 2 kills. And from that earlier, let's say, gank on the mid lane as well, Ahri managed to pick up the TF, and here I've got my full Sunfire. Gonna recall for that and run straight to the dragon because that's gonna be spawning, and we're definitely stronger on the bot side here to take that away. Here we can see that the enemy team is trying to contest the enemy bot lane for some reason. Nautilus blows everything he has onto my bot lane here, and just look at the damage on the Zac here. You always want to look for those double Q angles, find it, and that's just another easy double kill for us. The Zac is just unstoppable. With all your CC and damage, it's very hard to play against. Here we can see as well that Wukong is roaming down towards us. We don't have to take this fight because we can always just let our Yone push out the top lane for free. And since my Ahri pretty much got one shot there, I started walking away. But once I see this turnaround double Q angle and I find the 2-man ulti and this E, thankfully we do manage to turn this around and win. And Kindred is here as well. But look at the double Q. That CC is just disgusting. Trying to predict the Kindred again. Hit the E. And like, what is this champion? What is this Zac champion? Make sure you're abusing him right now. If you have him, he's very, very strong. Also, since we just killed all of the enemy team, I'm looking for Kindred's camps here. I'm trying to take away whatever she has. Because I'll be recalling soon, I'm not scared at all to just fight this Samira, tank a few tower shots, and just take her down to half HP here. Because maybe one of my laners will be able to kill her once they come back to lane. I've got 1.6k gold, all of my camps are on the bot side here, so it's a really good opportunity for me to recall here, pick up a Bramble Vest and Ruby Crystal, and then start going towards my Thornmail, because they do have Wukong, Samira, and Kindred, which will have quite a little bit of healing, and they're very AD heavy. I know that I don't really have to build magic resist for this game, because TF does not really do much damage anyway, so I can pretty much just get away with building full armor here. Since we're in the mid game now, I'm not really too interested with farming my own camps, because if I see TF pushing up like this in the mid lane, I know I can go probably pick him off. And I also want to start helping lanes push out, take towers, like you can see Ahri on the bot lane there pushing out. And I want to actually start doing something to try win the game and not just farm and gank. I want to start winning the game here. So you can see here, TF in the mid lane, Zac slingshot range, what did I tell you? Here it comes, E, double Q, this guy CC'd for an eternity, he can't do anything, just falls straight away. with that kill, now we can push this wave and maybe try to take this tower soon. Here you can see I'm not going back to my camps because I want to hover my Ezreal and Ashe here. We don't see anyone on the map from the enemy team apart from the Samira and Wukong that just showed up now. So it's very likely that he would get jumped on by somebody. As you can see, Kindred tries to go for the 1v1. I'm hovering, Kindred dies, and now we can continue trying to push towers. Dragon's gonna be spawning soon, so I definitely want to recall, buy my Thornmail. I've got 1.7k gold, and get over to that dragon. We can see the enemy team's trying to push up while we're all in base. Completely missed my slingshot that time, but don't worry, I've got Q, I've got ulti, these guys aren't going anywhere. I've got Cold Smite as well, and just look at the damage on this Zac champion. I completely one-shot that Samira, and you can see as well I'm going for my Demonic Embrace as my next item, and look at that range. There's just nothing that Kindred can do about it. And yeah, as I say, I'm going for Demonic Embrace next item because that combo with Sunfire is just ridiculous right now. It does so much damage while even making you tankier. It's quite ridiculous right now. Make sure to abuse. Also, just because we want to try to close this game out as soon as possible, we're gonna go for the Herald here. Gonna look for the Baron as soon as it's up, and just continue grouping up, sieging, and trying to win. Baron is up here, our team is ahead. All you have to do on Zac at this stage is just jump in. You don't even have to hit anyone. Make sure you hit your Q though. Completely missed that. Doesn't matter because these guys are all running away. Cooldowns are going to be coming back up soon, and we can just chase them all the way to their base. Zone them, pick up Baron, summon Herald, and then hopefully win the game. There's just absolutely nothing that the enemy team can do about this when you're playing Zac, and they're playing pretty immobile champions like the TF and the Samira and the Nautilus also to an extent. Before we even had the chance to group up finally to try and end the game, enemy team surrendered, of course.